How you doing? Duff here, and it's time for a different sort of repair video. This is not an automotive repair video. This is an appliance repair video. Right here you see my GE Profile dishwasher, model number GLD4408R00WW. The other night Cindy noticed that after running the dishwasher, it's hard to see, but there was water in here at the end of the cycle. It wasn't totally pumping out all the water at the end. So I did some quick research on the internet, and the number one thing that they said was there's normally like a blockage in the sump somewhere or in the drain, and I pulled it apart and did not see anything like that. So I am going to replace the drain pump, which I purchased online for about 50 bucks. And here's what it looks like. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of how I'm going to get there, and I'm crossing my fingers it actually fixes my problem. Okay, first thing I got to do is I'm going to remove the bottom rack, which obviously is very easy. Just pull it out. Okay, obviously in order to do this you need to pull the dishwasher out from the counter. Normally there's two tabs under here that have screws that attach it to the counter. I only have one. I'm missing a screw. So I'm going to unscrew that, and I'm also going to go out and throw the circuit breaker for the dishwasher, because you obviously do not want power applied to it when you're messing with it. So I'm going to do those two things and pull it out a little bit. Okay, the power is disconnected. I'm going to pull this out a little bit. Screws out as well. You can only pull it so far because you still have stuff connected in the back. So now I want to just take out a couple things to make it a little easier. I'm going to have to suck out the water from the bottom of the dishwasher. So to do that, I'm going to remove the spray arm. The way you do that is you just kind of lift up as you turn to the left. Pretty easy. Down here you have a little nut thing. Just turn that to the left to release it. And this filter screen comes out as well. It just lifts out, I believe. Yep. This is one of the things you can clean. This is one of the things you can get backed up. I already did that. One thing I wanted to show is this pipe here. Well, there's a blue line on this one. You're shooting in the dark. I don't know. This pipe here is what goes up to the upper spray arm, and to release it, there's a little plastic tab here that you pry up on, and I kind of broke that the first time. So if you're trying to remove it, be aware of that you need to be careful with that tab, otherwise it will break on you. So this piece here, I believe, turns to the left as well. It's just threaded in and lifts out. This is the sump cover that comes out. The sump itself was kind of a pain in the ass. I'm going to leave that in. I'm going to just stick my shop vac in there to suck all the water out. So let me go get it. Let the sucking commence. Okay, water sucked out. Let me dump that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to locate and turn off the supply line for the dishwasher. Once you start disconnecting stuff, you're going to unavoidably have some water, so you're going to need some towels, but let me turn off the supply line. Okay, I have my dishwasher flipped on its side. You can see there is the drain line right there with the pump that I'm going to be replacing. And you can see there is some water in there, so that's kind of the reason that I'm a little skeptical about if this is going to work or not, because it does pump some water. It just was not pumping all of it out, so this is kind of a cross your fingers situation. Right there's the main supply line. I don't think I'm going to have to do anything with that. I'm just going to release the clamp, put a bucket underneath the drain line to catch any water, and have at it. Okay, I thought a lot more water would come out of there. Alright, so zoom in on the pump. Looks like I see two connectors. Two connectors here and here. Please excuse the cobwebs. Alright, so this is oriented like this. So it looks like we have another clamp down here, down low. Could it really be that easy? No. Okay, and there's two more screws right here. Alright, I need a smaller socket for that. Okay, it's just smaller bolts right here. Got the one out already. There's the second one. This might be all that's holding it though. It's kind of what it looks like. Well, yeah. That's it. That is all that is holding it. So I was curious. Looking at this old one, I don't see any blockage or anything. Nothing obvious. So, okay. I don't see anything in the hole there. Oops, there is some water in here. So okay, now I'm going to just reverse the process. As you can see, there's a clamp down here that this goes into. And I'm just going to orient this the way that it came out. Yeah, just got to orient this and put the screws back in. Okay, I'm just putting the second of these two screws down here back in. And then I'm tightening this clamp again. just realized when I disconnected these wires, I did not pay attention to which one was on which side. I'm thinking it's like that, but I'm not sure. So you want to make sure that you take note of that. In my situation, I'm lucky because I can just go back and review the video, which I plan to do right now. Okay, after reviewing the video, I see that the solid red one was on the terminal closest to me, and the red and white striped set was on the other one. So like I said, don't be a dumbass and pay attention to that first, like I should have. Okay, just making sure that's tight. And then I just need to reattach the drain line. Make sure that's fully seated. And nice and tight. You don't want any leaks, obviously. Of course, you don't want to go crazy either and break the plastic fitting, so okay, that feels good. All right. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to set my dishwasher upright again, and I'm going to run my test. I'm going to run the quickest wash cycle and see if I no longer have water in the bottom. I sure hope I don't, but we will see. So that is next. I will report back shortly. Okay, through the circuit breaker, dishwasher is back on. I'm going to put it on the light wash, which is the quickest setting. I'm not putting any of the other stuff in the bottom because it should drain without it. Doesn't matter. So I'm just leaving it as is. Well, you know what? Nah, I changed my mind. I'm going to put it in. It needs to go in regardless, so 1 second. Okay, I've just reversed what I showed you the procedure was for taking it out. Just put that filter back in, put this thing back in, turn it till it locks in place, and this thing you just kind of push and turn to the right and to the left and it should, there, it's back in. Okay, but I'll leave the bottom tray out. So, okay, so everything is in there minus the bottom dish tray. Close it up, got light wash, hit start, and cross your fingers. And, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay, just a few seconds ago, the dishwasher finished the light wash cycle. I opened it up, look down here, and there's no water. It actually drained all the way. So the pump fixed it. Maybe it was just weak, and that's why it was not pumping out all the way. But whatever, I'm just happy that it works. Saves me $400 to $500 from buying a new one. So all I gotta do is mop up the excess water line around here and push it back in place and attach the 2 screws. And that should be it. So a rare first time repair success story. Till next time, Duffman out.